Hey everyone, it's Lakeisha again. I am the host of Share My World Show. You can find me on all social media platforms, my radio show on Blog Talk Radio. And thanks so much for connecting with me. Hi Tiffany. Anyway, I just wanted to share a few thoughts that I had about keeping it 100. You could check out my blog. It's on bloggingnetworkonline.com, Share My World Show. And, I talked a little bit about keeping it 100, as my sister would say. That means to, just be honest. And I'm talking about being honest with yourself. I'm on this journey for weight loss. I've been on it since April. And it's not just a weight loss thing. Thanks for the hearts. It's a freedom journey for me. Being free of all weights that have been holding me back mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, obviously, with the pounds. But God has helped me to reach, 100 days. I did that scope with you guys. And, I'm still pushing. I'm still moving forward. And this month, I started a new challenge that I found on Black Women Weight Loss. I think that's the name of it. And there's a challenge. But here's the thing. The challenge is writing down your food and drink, journaling that, and working out. Now, July, I did the challenge, and God helped me to be able to work my way up from doing like one round of some of the exercises to doing 3 rounds. But this thing, with writing down the food and the drink, been challenging. And it wasn't challenging. Hello, I can write. I know what I've eaten, and I could record it. But it's been a mind. Thank you, Shanae. It's been a mind thing, because, okay, I'll go back a little bit. Around 8 years ago, I lost almost 100 pounds. And I really didn't even realize I had lost that much weight until I was able to borrow some clothes from a friend of mine. Go check my blog out, Share My World Show. And you'll, get some tidbits and some details about what happened there. But fast forward, now, God is helping me change my mind, my attitude, towards food, toward working out. And really the first 40 days of my journey, that's what I was doing. I did some kind of movement every day for 40 days. So now, after the 40 days, God was just like, well, you need to step it up. So the other workouts that I had started doing were more like body weight challenges, really difficult for me to do with all this body weight. But again, God helped me to do it. And so, yeah, it's been hard because, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, I didn't want to be that type of person where I looked at food as bad or good, because looking at food that way for me meant that I gave the power to the food. And I wanted to be in control, okay? I wanted to be able to say, you know what, healthy or healthier, as far as that kind of language, but not bad food or good food, because then it made it seem like, well, we have to eat, right? I mean, it's not like we have to walk around and not eat. I mean, yeah, you can fast, but I'm saying eating is a part of life. And when I lost the weight prior, that really wasn't, a focus. I mean, I promise you, I didn't sit down, record my meals. I didn't say, oh, I'm not going to eat this, I'm not going to eat that. I really just followed what God was telling me to do. So now I'm in a different place, and God is challenging me in a different way. So with this challenge for me writing down the food, it's been difficult because, I started thinking about what you guys would think about me. Like, oh, I only drink, I don't know, say 25 ounces of water, and then I drink 16 ounces of juice or something. And it bothered me because I'm like, wait a minute, up to this point, I've lost weight. I've lost like 16.6. Yes, that's to the 10th place. I lost, weight. And I've been losing like around a pound, maybe 2 pounds, in some weeks, I guess, because I haven't been weighing myself that often. And I've lost weight continuously since I've been doing this. Not as much as, I guess, other people, but my journey is a little different. So for me to start second guessing myself and thinking like, well, what are people doing? To me, it was like I was putting myself in bondage again to, this people-pleasing thing. Because I didn't want to make the choices based on what everybody else thought. That's the point I'm trying to make. I wanted to make choices about my food, drink. I've been doing it already for my exercise, about what God is telling me to do and what I believe is best for myself. But listen, I'm sharing this here with you because yes, I did blog about, keeping it 100 with myself today, but I had some other thoughts after I blogged. And it was, God was just showing me that this is a fear area also for me, because the fear of, I guess, failure, but also fear of being in bondage to food again. Because obviously, okay, for me, gaining weight wasn't just the physical activity. Lack of it. Yes, that's a big thing. But also was my relationship with food, using it for me emotionally, to celebrate bad, especially during, that special time of the month. So, now I'm trying to, not trying, but God is helping me develop a different relationship to the food, right? So by writing it down, I have to be accountable. And it's not accountable just to you. I am sharing it on my blog, my food and drink journal, but it's being accountable to me. I'm telling you, God is faithful in terms of showing you things and then how you have to connect the dots. A few days prior, and again, you could check the blog and see when I shared this information, is that, I want freedom on this journey. I don't want to be bound, right? I told you in all areas. But being free means being disciplined, meaning you have to make choices now, right? Sacrifices now, so that you can have your freedom later. And so right now, me looking at the food, they had a good chart on there about portion sizes. I haven't figured out the calorie thing yet, but I'm working on it. Today was a good day in terms of what the portion sizes should look like. This is a new thing for me in terms of looking at it like that. Again, because I didn't feel like I wanted to be that type of person to start telling somebody else, listen, get, 2 handfuls of popcorn or, unlimited veggies. I don't want to be that type of person. I probably won't be. You see, I'm more going to be the motivational type person. Thank you, Shanae, for pumping that up for me. But it's really about you being honest with yourself. That's what this Keep 100 thing is. And I'm glad that those feelings came to surface, because it allowed me to see that God is still dealing with me on this fear thing. When you've been rejected and you have tried to find acceptance in other people and other things, it's a process. And I am being healed. I'm overcoming. But when you encounter these different areas that God is still trying to change you in and bring about lasting change, you have to be open to it. And I think for a while in this area, I wasn't. So this keeping it 100 is really me being open to God, really cleansing me so that he can lay this foundation so that I have a healthier relationship with food. And I know it. I'm a pretty smart girl. And that was the other side of it too. I didn't want to be, again, in bondage to the details of, okay, let me calculate, the calories and this, that, and the other. And then, wow, I'm starting to feel that, okay, my calorie count and that kind of thing is driving this journey versus God directing me over what I need to do. But I also can look at it as, God, you are directing me because you're putting me in the right place. Oh, thanks, Shanae. You're directing me in the right place for resources. Thanks for the hearts. You're directing me in the right place. Because even for this challenge, I never would have known about it if I hadn't seen it on Facebook and then decided to try it. Thanks for the hearts. So I'm excited that, I don't know. It may not be an easy thing. If you follow my journey, you go back, search for me on all social networks, Share My World Show, and you'll see it hasn't been an easy journey, but this is for the rest of my life. That's the other side of it too. I said, well, am I going to be sitting here counting calories and looking at portion sizes, for the rest of my life? Do I really want to do that? No, I don't want to do it. But I know that God has given me a different mindset and, again, a different attitude toward the food. So I'll be able to, it'll be like a second nature. Because like now, look at this. I work out. Even my children were like, Mom, did you do your Zumba? I do Zumba sometimes. And did you do your Zumba today? I said, no, today is my rest day. But you see, my lifestyle has changed so much that even my children have noticed. So I'm believing that that's how it'll be with the food, that I'll just know, like, okay, 1 handful of nuts, that's good, versus let me see what the numbers are and that kind of thing. Especially during this time of the month, man, I haven't even had the chocolate like I used to. that is God doing that. So I'm just excited about what God is doing for me in this area to keep it 100 for myself. And so for you guys, it's the same thing. When something comes to you in terms of a conviction, be open to that change. Be open to God showing you, you know what, maybe this is something that you need to work on for yourself in terms of your mindset. A lot of times you want to go right to the action, but many times it's changing your mind and being open to it. So right now, if you go check out my blog, you'll see I did put down my food journal. It'll be the day after because, I'll be completing the whole day. So tomorrow you'll see what I had today. And it's a process, and, I'm looking forward to the victories that are coming because I'm being open to change. And even if you're out there and you're on the weight loss journey as well of transformation, follow me as I follow Christ, because, it's difficult. Thank you for the hearts. It's difficult to lose this weight, especially, when you're extremely overweight. I mean, it's difficult to lose weight anyway, but when you're extremely overweight, it's difficult because everybody has a plan for you. Everybody has a story. And then some people say, oh, girl, it's so easy to do it. Well, if it was easy to do it, then everybody would do it, right? I mean, it could eat less and move more. That is true. Thanks for the hearts. But it's not just about eating less and moving more. I'm finding out that the biggest part of this weight loss journey for me is getting my mind right. And every time I get the opportunity to get it right, I share it in my blog. I'm sharing it with you guys. And guess what? I figured out how to save my scopes through this program. My husband, he's so smart. Catch, I don't know, Katch. So if anybody else out there is scoping, you can save your videos to Catch. And then guess what I did? I downloaded it and I uploaded it to my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel, Share My World Show. So I'll be uploading this as well there, and so you could find it. And I know you can fast forward on YouTube versus how you could, not do it on Scope. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys, that, keeping it 100 is a wonderful thing with yourself, to be honest, because that's how God can only use us, when we're open and honest with ourselves. That's where the first step for acknowledgement and transformation comes in. So you guys have a good night, and follow me again on social media. Everything, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Share My World Show, my blog, bloggingnetworkonline.com, and my YouTube channel now that I'm able to upload more videos to, Share My World Show. So thanks again for the hearts. Thanks for joining me, and you have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.